Uh, yeah. Man, look. I think this is the first time I actually cried about him not being here anymore. Ugh. Okay. We can fix that in post. Just make me look real brolic, I'm kidding.
Brolic
Keep
is
it.
crazy.
Just all of a sudden I'm D's that have two necks for no reason.
Yeah, neck muscles doesn't stop the crying.
Oh man, no, I think I needed that.
Now here in the cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Cool Table. My name is Adriel Smiley, aka Champion Scribe. Now in the cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. If you want to listen live, you can do that every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 12:80 a.m. in Toronto, metradio.ca. Online, we have a friend of the show joining us for the first time, Phoenix Pagliacci. Welcome. Mouthful of ice cream.
Already, we starting off easy.
The bird who never dies, a clown who never cries.
Oh my gosh, that's me.
That is correct. That is correct. But before we get into any of that, tell us about the flavor you chose and what do you think your chances are of getting this done?
Okay, so I chose the tiramisu because I don't know how I hate coffee, but I love this dessert. Wild. I know. Don't ask because I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But the chances of me getting all the way through, I mean, it depends. It really depends on how many questions you got for me. But I know halfway through.
Okay.
Halfway through is my goal today.
I think you liking this but not liking coffee is something we call spiritually confused. But I believe in you. I believe in you.
I'm gonna do the work.
I'm gonna do the work is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The bird who never dies, clown who never cries. Talk about that because that's something I feel like we don't know about you enough in that way in terms of like the name and what it means. But even like that's like your own tagline. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people should be saying that when you show up. Like you show up in a room, they should just be reciting that as you arrive. So tell us about that.
You know what? I used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole tagline.
Mm-hmm.
But then people were like, "Who's Pagliacci?" And then I'd have to explain his whole story.
Fair.
And then
Fair.
Most people like knew what a phoenix was, but like nobody knows how to spell it. You know? So it was it just made me sad before I even started my show. So I was just like, all right, man, I'm Phoenix. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like just really condensed.
Yeah, explaining yourself off top is not the way to go.
No, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm giving you thesis and you showed up for music. But you're right. Like it's catchy, it's cute. I'm a theater kid. So, like operas, musicals, Broadway plays, all this stuff was my jam. So Pagliacci is a really dope opera that I felt resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
And, being like an Italian word for clown is an entertainer, someone who makes you happy no matter what they're feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that's very much the artist's existence. So
that's the thing. There's meaning behind it. And I think even if you don't know who Pagliacci is, like breaking it down, it can still connect with someone.
Mhm.
So that's why I like it as well. And then I think there's such a it's almost more than music in a sense. Like it really just takes like the artist as a whole in terms of like a performer behind it. So listen, I'm here for it. You'll hear me saying it whenever you show up.
I'll pay you to follow me around.
Yeah, we'll pay it forward. Now I want to talk about this great city, Scarborough. I see you're working on. It's crazy. We didn't plan this, but I planned to ask you about Scarborough. I feel like this is almost becoming a Scarborough show in a sense. Like I feel like the Cool Table is like a Scarborough honorary show. If you make it out of Scarborough, you got to come visit us. Talk about how Scarborough informed your art, because I feel like Scarborough is a very rich arts community, but it is very much like you can't stay there.
Very interesting. So I grew up in Scarborough.
Mm-hmm.
All I ever knew of Toronto was Scarborough, essentially. And East York. Shout out East York.
Mm-hmm.
Really dope libraries and parks and stuff. So, as an outdoor touch grass kid, I was out there a lot.
Yeah.
But Scarborough actually has an arts high school called Wexford. Go
Big shout out to
Vikings.
Wexford.
So that's
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And that's where I ended up going. So growing up in the church, singing in church, singing with my cousins and, singing at my mom's friends' weddings and banquets and stuff, that was the music world until I got to high school. And then I learned more about the performing of music. And everyone that I knew growing up in Scarborough was some kind of art, whether it was visual, DJing, dancing, acting. A lot of famous actors, passed through Wexford. A lot of famous artists as well. Mike Myers went to Wexford. Fifi Dobson went to Wexford. So, it's only right that I go to Wexford too, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No correlation.
It's only right. Yeah, it's like, when you think of those two, who do you think of next?
Well,
everyone
duck.
Everybody knows that.
Right. It's just common sense. So, but going there, it really helped shape my performance piece because the art was always something I really loved to do.
Yeah.
How I did it is what came about when I was at Wexford in Scarborough.
Yeah. I think Scarborough, in terms of relationship to the arts, is so interesting because you're right. It does feel like everyone is in the arts in some way in Scarborough, almost low key. Like I think about dudes I used to play ball with who showed me 40 beats on their computer. And I said, since when do you make beats? And it's like, or it's like, oh, you didn't make the team this year. Next year, you're a rapper.
Yep. Literally, it's the ball to rap pipeline.
Yes.
Fresh out of Scarborough.
Yes.
It's a thing. Look it up.
Scarborough is the OG of the ball to rap pipeline.
Absolutely.
So it's like it's such a different, I guess, world because I don't think people think of it like that. Like I think even people who are in the arts, it feels like almost like I'm doing this art thing as like a side quest, but I have to go outside and like be a Scarbarian. You know what I mean? But I think we definitely have some of the best, like some of the best. And I said this at a party last week, best borough in Toronto. Like it's not even.
And
yeah, not even a question. You talked about growing up in the church. I grew up in the church too. I'm a PK.
Okay.
And I don't like that reaction.
That's like the reaction, no? Okay.
No. Listen, depends who you ask, we get a bad rap. But I'm a PK, so I really grew up with gospel like before any other kind of music. And so now when I listen to music, I kind of see how that informed how I look at music completely because everything is all like, almost one genre to me. Like I don't separate it in my head of like, this is this kind of music. It's better than this kind of music. It's all has its place. Talk about how growing up in the church and performing in the church kind of informed what you do now, because I feel like that is almost like college before college when it comes to being a musician.
All the greats in soul, R&B, anyone who's played around with those genres, funk, blues, jazz, has some kind of start in gospel.
Yep.
And growing up in the church, that was all you were hearing. At home, that was all that was coming in the house.
Facts.
Right? And when you listen to the intonations and the deliveries and all the musical technicalities of music, everything starts from a deeper connection to the music. The way that you connect to whatever religious beliefs you might hold, it's the same relationship with an artist and their instruments, whether it's their vocals or their saxophone, whatever it is. So it's really important. What I learned is connection to the music, connection to the lyrics, connection to the instrumentation, and actually feeling like whenever you are singing this music, it's something you can share,
And I think the warmth of it is the biggest thing because you can't have music in the church that doesn't have any warmth. Like they're taking you off the drum set. They're taking the mic from you. Like you can't go up there with no uns music type of vibes. Like it's just not,
It's not a thing.
So when I think about, what you did in R&B Diaries, like even the song like Lil Bit, which is absolutely hilarious. Like I was listening to a song the other day and my friend called me and I sang the song to her and I said, this is what I was listening to before you called me. She said, I'm sorry to ruin the vibe. I'm sorry to kill the vibe right now. But even a song like that has like, a soul to it. So it's like you almost can't make music without that. Is that conscious for you now or that's just like part of how you do things?
You know what's crazy? Okay, somebody pointed out to me like one time, but I'm taking credit because I don't remember who it was.
Perfect.
But they said gospel is basically just R&B except you singing about one dude.
Facts.
So when you think about it that way, the same emotions, the same relationship,
they're still
that
love
you're having,
songs.
it's still a love song.
Yeah.
So that was like an easy hop, skip, jump over where, over to R&B. And it's still the same, like most of the great musicians that play, if they don't play around the city, they play around the world.
Yeah.
They all grew up in the church.
Yeah.
So those chords they're playing, they ain't slick. We know that's some John P. Key. Yeah. We know that's some Hezekiah. You teething from Fred. We know.
John P. Key.
So my. It's not a too far concept that's just gospel with a little bit more, shoulder movement.
That's the first John P. Key reference on this podcast. You're making cool table history with that one. That Donnie McClurkin song, Stand.
Yes.
Was one of my top songs a couple years ago. And then he had the other one, I forgot the name of it. Another song by him was my number one played song. Mm-hmm. And the number two song was a song by Four Bats. Anyone who saw my top 5 songs was just like, either you only knew the Four Bats song or you only knew the Donnie McClurkin song.
No one was in the middle.
And if you knew both, you were like,
yeah.
I see you.
Amazing.
I love that we got a John P. Key reference here 10 minutes in. Amazing. You were in this group with your mom. I can't believe this is really a thing. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so shout outs to whoever got this information, because now every interview they're asking me about this.
We need to know. We need to know.
All right, I'll tell you the history. So I'm of Jamaican descent. Full 100%. Yes. I didn't know if we could, I don't want you to get shut down because they don't know what
Silent.
Right, okay, I got you. So, grew up singing folk songs. My mom is really, really proud of where she comes from. Mm-hmm. My heritage, apparently, Paul Bogle is like my great uncle.
Okay.
My bloodline is with Nanny of the Maroons. So, very connected to the culture and the country.
And the blood.
So, we learned as kids, myself, my cousins, who include Akila and Layla Day.
Yep.
We were all in these frocks that my grandma made us that look like picnic tablecloth. But hey, the culture, right? It's different. It's not Western. It's
very
West Indian. Yeah. Like you're going to the market on a Sunday morning, and we had like the headscarves to match. Honestly, shout outs to my grandma though, because she sewed those with like the Singer machine by hand. Like,
that's real.
Looking back, like there was love in there, and learning about our culture, it was really fun to do. The group was initially called Caribbean Gems.
Okay.
And then my cousin, my male cousin, joined the group because we were all girls. Yeah. And when he joined, the group became Caribbean Gems and 1Y. Real creative name change. Shout out to my mom. And we would actually perform at like banquets, weddings, like family events. Like we were kind of like a big deal. When I look back, like we should have had an agent. I don't know what happened with the money that we did or did not make. Never saw a penny. That's on some Joe Jackson type stuff.
Not. Yeah.
But it was definitely a good opportunity to learn those songs. It really brought our family together, and me and my cousins, we laugh about it to this day. Like, it's just an experience that some kids can't say they've had.
Can't.
So I'm actually glad you brought it up. It's something that happened, and it definitely was part of my musical history. So
that is a factual sentence. It is something that happened that is part of your musical history. That was like, it's not positive or negative. It was something that happened. And I can imagine that you were voluntold. Like there was several events that you did not know were happening. And you said, Friday? Okay, Friday, be there.
Volleyball game? No?
Yeah.
It's a banquet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love having people who grew up in the church on this podcast because it's almost like you have to fight for the right to do this like this. You don't take it for granted in the same way.
No.
I remember when I used to play ball for those my Scarborough Blues days, I thought I would never get to play ball because I grew up Seventh-day Adventist.
Say word.
So,
Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday. All my friends going to church on Sunday. I said, ew, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, you guys are whack. Like, I was like Dumbo, like on the wrong day. Like
you're doing church wrong, boo.
And you know, 7 days all day.
All day, yeah.
Like you better bring a snack or hope they got it for you.
Yeah, hope they have the lunch at the church that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm there thinking I'm never gonna get to play ball because the tournaments are on Saturdays, and my dad's a pastor. I'm at church, so when I got to play ball, I was pray for times like this to shine like this. Like,
so hold on, you were playing church. You were playing ball on the Sabbath.
Allegedly.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Yes. But it is like that thing of like, you know, you play and you do this art thing in church, but to do it outside of church is a whole different ball game.
How much time you got?
No, but tell us about that, because I think like now you've been doing this for so long, it's just we see you as this, but there must have been a time when it was like, okay, I'm doing this over here now. Like I gotta really step out. And then you kind of did that twice, going from like doing a lot of rap to R&B. We'll talk about that later. But like talk about that transition of, you know, I'm performing in the church with the Gems and why to doing what you're doing now.
None of that would have happened if I never moved out. I feel like as I stayed physically in the home with my very religious parents, my relationship, like my spiritual relationship, was like actually kind of hindered because even if we both were like, hey, we both love this hymn, let me play it like this, you know, there might be a situation where it was like, nah, that's too like ruckus, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you need to be more reverent. Like you need to do, you know, like have some respect for the Lord. So it was like it wasn't like a push-pull, like belief, no belief. It was like, this is how I believe, this is how I believe, right? But shout out to my mom now. She's actually pretty supportive, I guess, like, because I'm like doing well. You know, it tends to happen. Like, love you, mom.
Out the trenches.
You know, like, oh, she really did get it out the mud. All right, we with it, we rocking.
Yeah.
But she, you know, she grew up in a very Christian household. She actually like bounced around denominations. So like we were Baptist for a minute. Then like, you know, then we went to SDA. But I find like when she became the first female elder of the church, she felt like, oh, this is progress. Like, you know, like we're breaking through. Because I was the kid who's like, I'm gonna wear my jewelry and my like makeup and my pants.
You're a bud breed.
Yes, I was. So when she became first, like, you know, there was like a whole like, what does that mean for me? Like, do I not have to give up my artistry because now everybody knows my mom is like, you know? So after moving out, I was able to really explore music across genres and really understand who I wanted to be as an artist. And I felt like because there weren't a lot of people at my church who could sing like as well as me, like humbly, whatever. Thank you, Lord, for the gifts. But there weren't a lot on my level. So whenever they did need somebody or they wanted somebody to start the choir or whatever, like I was that girl. But then as church progressed and, you know, certain beliefs that they held didn't mesh with mine and I left, you know, prodigal son or whatever, they kind of realized, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe there are different ways to do this church thing. So now, I don't know about your SDA church, because I went to Philadelphia. I don't know if you're allowed to say that. You can beep it out if it's like a location you don't want them to find you or anything. But I went to Philadelphia, and they weren't allowed drums when I was growing up. And then I went back a few like months ago, and now they got drums. And I was like, so when I wanted drums... It was a whole thing, right? You know, like
a lot of churches progress because like my parents were SDA for a long time, and they just like changed the church to non-denominational on their own.
Excuse.
And this went on Sundays. So you people progress. You see it sometimes, and the thing is, this is like when you know things one way just in life, it's your nervous system isn't ready for the change.
True.
It's like you can know it's right in your head, but it feels so uncomfortable that you're just like, why? This shouldn't feel like it does. And my mom talks about when she was growing up, very, very Christian. She was one of those like skirt wearing girls, like all through high school.
The long skirt.
The long skirt.
You gotta walk like through the snow, like
not the cute one. Now they're trying to, you know, freak out.
Trying to bring it out. No slits.
The long jean skirt with no structure, like or too much structure, should I say? And she said she bought her first pair of pants when she was 17, and whenever she tells me that, I'm always like, that is such a different life that I've lived. So when she used to say like, don't do things this way, I always think back to that. I'm like, it took you so long to like kind of break out of what that is, you know? So it's not natural for you to just kind of grow and grow and grow all the time. So I totally understand that. Listen,
anyone, they call them growing pains.
No, real life. Listen, all the SDA, all the Baptists in the chat, please leave us a comment on YouTube. This is for all the church kids who are outside backsliding.
Hey, what's that song Terrace Martin got out now?
The new one.
Yeah, and he samples Take 6.
Does he really?
Question is, yeah. And he's like, this is for my kids who grew up in the church, and it's not a church album.
But it's for us.
Yeah. I was like, snatch, yoink, thank you.
No, 100%. When I Claremont on here, same deal. It's like,
yep.
I think we end up singing some Kirk Franklin song at the end. I got to find that clip. We had a whole little...
It's only right.
We had a whole little break off. Let's actually talk about the album, R&B Diaries. Before we even get into that, you started your set at your release party with the charade. And I told you this already before, but I was in the back singing like Stevie Wonder. Aww. And the people beside me, they did not know what song this was. They were looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, I'm telling you, I was there with you. Talk about that song and I guess just like that album as a whole, because that's one of my favorite D'Angelo songs. That album was obviously a huge album for me, but I feel like starting your set with that really set the tone, and obviously everything else was amazing, but you really set the tone with that one. So that was a great choice. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Man, look. This is the first time I actually like cried about him not being here anymore. Okay. We can fix that in post. Just make me look real brolic, you know? Like, I'm kidding.
Brolic is crazy.
Just all of them D's that have two necks for no reason.
Yeah, like, neck muscles doesn't stop the crying.
Oh, man. No, I think I needed that. But I'm a writer first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
If your voice is not it, if the beat is not it, but the lyrics hit, I could get with that ish.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, if you're saying something, that's going to connect with me. The fact that he has the voice he has to deliver what he's saying, and the fact that he chooses the music that he chooses, he's 3 for 3.
Like,
I clearly don't play basketball, but he's 3 for 3, you know? And so that legacy that he has had is so consistent and so effortless. But when he dropped Black Messiah, first of all, I have that on CD. Shout out to my friend Priscilla.
Wow.
So in this album was around a time where Black Lives Matter was really getting its roots, and where things were happening around the world that everybody was so sick and tired of it.
2014, yeah, I remember.
Yes. It was a year where people said, you know what, we're not going to do this anymore. Like we're speaking out, we're standing up, we're hitting the streets, we're doing what needs to be done. We're defining anti-Black racism, which we've known for a long time has existed, but now we're actually allowed to say that it's a thing.
Yes.
And then here comes D'Angelo making literally the music of the time. At
the right time.
Perfect timing.
I talked about it with Shad. We have something dropping where we talked about D'Angelo for like 15 minutes.
It's a homie. I love
Shout out to the living legend. And I talked about how when Black Messiah came out, I was still bumping Voodoo like it just came out. Like Voodoo was already platinum on my whatever MP3 at the time.
on your Spotify rap.
Yeah, and when Black Messiah came out, the first single, Really Love, I was kind of like, I don't know. And then when I heard the album as a whole, and even hearing it now, like more than 10 years later, it's like it sounds even better than it did at the time. And then the messages, like it's like we needed him for that. Like he was a person to deliver all those messages. So yeah, when you had the charade, that was a huge one. Another one of my favorite songs is The Prayer. Love The Prayer. And I feel like there's a kind of a soul to his music that I don't think has ever really been replicated.
No, it hasn't. I literally sat there And I thought, who could be the next? Who could possibly touch? Who could come close to? And there's nobody. Way, even if when you watch his peers talk about him, there's nobody on his level.
No.
And the people around him are not on anyone else's level either. They're all up here talking about this guy who's up here.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. It's like just a talent thing.
Yeah.
Like
a respect for
like as a star, there's people who are bigger stars than him. Like that's for sure.
Yes.
Even people in the Soul Aquarians who were bigger stars. But in terms of the talent as a musician, he was up here. And I watched this video earlier where Tori was talking about the making of Voodoo. And we had like a little talk, me and Shad, about how Untitled kind of ruined his career. And he talks about how D'Angelo, after Brown Sugar, like wanted to quit making music because he was like, I can't even go and get some cigarettes without everyone swarming me. And you see a lot of artists have this kind of push and pull with fame of like, is it worth it? I'm in there for the music. And basically D'Angelo said, you know, even if I didn't get famous, I would actually still be doing music.
Yes.
I would still be trying to get some keys together. I would still be fooling around. And that's what Voodoo became. And when you see like an artist who put the music first in such a way that we don't usually see, that and for it to turn into what it turned into, that's what makes it beautiful. Is like it was this huge hit. It kind of blew him up, but he came in being like, no, this is for the music. I'm not trying to make a hit song. I'm not trying to do this.
Yeah.
I want the music to be kind of full. And it really was.
I miss those times when artists could just do the music because of the music and not because of the numbers or anything else. Because nothing matters more to me than the music.
I think those times actually exist more. And like, not to gas you just because you're here, but I feel like R&B Diaries is a version of that. Honestly, I do really feel that way. And I feel like we're in this era where that actually is more the case, but you see more of the other things. So you might be like, but this person has this many streams, or this, because we're in an era now where you can like kind of blow up off your music being good. Yeah. And you see that with someone like Dijon, who the album just being fire was not okay. We like Dijon now, you know, or MKG. The same thing. Like the album was fire, we like MKG now. So I think we're in an era where there actually is more of that, where you may not become Sabrina Carpenter, you know, but you're gonna like get a group of fans because the body of work is so strong. And so I'm really happy that you did that with this album, because I think you have the talent to have done a bunch of different things. You could have made 8 Destiny's Child records. You know what I mean? Like, you really
Beyonce, call me back.
Like, you know, but I think the album, the EP that you did make, I'm really happy that you made it. Monday Jam.
Listen.
Still my favorite. I was talking to Trust about it. And he goes, when I heard that song, I was like, do I gotta talk to you? It's something going on. And
I don't know why, Adria, I have this problem. My best songwritings are the ones about unhealthy relationships. And I am in the best, most healthy relationship of my life. Like, Trust, I love you, boo. You know, you already know, my heart. But when I sit down to write, I'm like, this, and let me tell you, like, everything is just like, where is this coming from? And then those are the songs that everyone's like, girl, I love that song about the breakup that you had. Now your heart got broken and stopped out, and you was crying for 8 years straight. That's a bop.
Love it.
Love it. Do more of that.
I don't know what that is, because the pain that I feel from hearing Monday Jam.
Oh, no.
I love it. I'm here like, can't keep it. Like I become Fantasia Barrino. Like,
oh my God. Like, you know what? That is high praise, and like, Fantasia, girl, you were the goal, really. So
no, but I think there's like, it's almost like that emotion is like flowing out of you. You know, it's like, you know how, well, maybe you don't know, but filmmakers, they always say like, show don't tell. Of like, don't do too much writing, don't do too much dialogue, show what it is. This feels like the music version of that, where you're not overwriting. It's just like whatever the emotion is, it's just like coming out. Purely. So talk about what it felt in that kind of jam session, because I can imagine you hearing it afterwards and being like, whoa. But do you remember what it felt like in the moment? Like, you actually like, you know, recording that, singing that?
So you want to know something crazy about Monday Jam specifically? It's called Monday Jam because literally my friend Felix Fox Papa's amazing producer and musician and everything. He was like, hey man, you want to get together? Like, you busy Monday, you want to come through and just like see what happens? I'm like, yeah, dope. We got together, he started playing something. I started singing over it. And then we were like, yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's a song. So you listen to the demo and you're like, how, like, it's very similar melodically. But then you're like, how did this become all of this? Because the harmonies and stuff are all in my head, right?
Yeah.
Until I hit the studio and then be like, lay it all down.
Yes.
So literally that was like the most effortless one,
Wow.
I think, out of all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And was that the first one that you did too?
That was the first one off of the album, but I don't remember the set list for the show. But I think that one was more towards the end.
Yeah, you did it towards the end.
Because we were like, do we want to do that right after the charade? Like, do we just want people to be sad off rip for
I would
the
have
whole
lost
night?
it. Yeah.
Right? Like,
I would have lost it.
Give them a chance. And then, so we did kind of play around with the set.
Thank God. I would have texted the wrong person the right thing. Like, you
so close.
Yeah. You saved the life and the life was mine. So I really appreciate that. But I was looking at some old videos of you. Seeing old videos of you is honestly like a complete trip. Like, it's
Thank God for the internet, I guess.
No, like it's you, but I'm like, is it? Like, you know what I mean?
Sadly, I do. Sadly, I do.
And of course, a ton of videos of you rapping. I saw a video with you and Deja where Deja had like long hair. I was like, this is a throwback of all throwbacks.
Did you know we used to be in a group?
I know now, but I did not know until I was doing some research. I was like, I did not know that.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of like, just like, well, that was one. That was the album. Like a little sleeper album, with Deja, A Harmony, and myself.
That's heavy rap.
So
that is heavy.
And funny enough, that video is in a museum right now at Young and Dundas. There's a museum.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's called Friar Music Museum or something.
Okay.
They have a bunch of music videos like on loop in this area.
Oh, wow.
I was just literally walking in and I was like, wait a minute, that's me. Wait a minute, that's Deja. Oh my gosh, that's a video. Like, it was a whole moment.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That must have been crazy to see.
It was absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
For me too.
General consensus, we were all thoroughly shocked.
Yes. And the thing is, at the time, no one felt crazy about it. We all thought we killed it. Like, seeing all videos of myself, I'm like, you look so hungry. Like,
somebody get this boy some food.
Yeah, like, that's what I think when I see old videos of myself. But like, I always think about someone coming into Phoenix like now. Like, if R&B Diaries is the first you're hearing of her, like, if this is your entry, like, talk about the transition from where you were as a rapper to this now. Because for me, it makes sense. I've always thought of you as like the Lauryn Hill-esque, where it's like you could really bar somebody up, but you can really step into R&B as if you do that for real. But again, this album is such a R&B album through and through, where someone could hear this first time and be like, this girl raps for real? Like,
yeah.
So talk about that transition of making this project, because you are, again, introducing yourself to new people who are not even knowing this kind of rap side of you.
Yeah, that is a great comment. Because technically it wasn't like a question, because you're giving me a direction. You're telling me to tell you. So that was a great direction. The entry point for me into hip hop was through this artist from Toronto named Res Rada.
Wow.
Res Rada.
Wow.
There is a DJ/engineer that I used to go to in Scarborough, DJ Merciless. I was in on Res Rada's rap session one time at Merciless' place. And I was just there listening and like being like, oh, this is how people rap. And, like, okay, wonderful. And then he was rapping over Wordplay by a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
And he had space for like a verse. And he's like, I can't really think of anything. And I was like, okay, like, can I try something? And he let me try.
Wow.
That was my first time rapping like in public on a record. He let me try. And I have that song. I think it might actually be on my Bandcamp under the feature presentation album.
Wow.
Yeah, first time rapping on a record. And then from then, everyone was like, yo, Rez, who's that girl who rapped on your record? And then just word spread that I was rapping.
Just
and
like that.
That was it. And then I started being like, okay, I guess I can do this this duality thing. And so going back and forth has always been really fun and really great. Like, You know, Lauren's my goat. So
Yeah.
anytime somebody says anything about her, I'm just like, because that's such like big shoes and high hills,
I sent someone your EP, and that's what they messaged me back. She said, "Oh, she sounds like Lauren and Jasmine Sullivan."
Whoa.
And I didn't mention nothing to her. I didn't show her nothing. I said, "That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know." But anyways, continue.
It's crazy, man. I'm bugging out. Oh my God. But yeah, it's just like going back and forth has been something that I've kind of, no one's ever told me that I'm bad at it. Mm-hmm. There was one person who told me I was bad at it, but
we're not going to name names.
We're not going to name names.
Okay.
I hope they're doing great.
Love and light.
Yeah, you know, love and light skins. But, you know, ever since, because there was such a void of female rappers. Mm-hmm. And so when I stepped on the scene, people were like, oh, like it's possible. And there's also Eternia. Like, you know, Eternia was it for female rappers.
Yes.
So literally I stepped out the booth. Merciless was like, you got to meet someone. You got to meet someone. And then he like made an arrangement and I came back another time and met Eternia.
Wow. Because just like that.
Merciless was also Eternia's producer.
Oh, wow.
As well as Tara Chase.
So you were in the mix off rip.
Didn't even know.
That's crazy.
So I got acquainted really fast. I did my research, did my homework. I started studying up on the culture as a whole. And by the time I got to, that was like just first year university. Second year university, I was part of the Urban Hip Hop Union. I was like doing things at school too. Yep. And it was just, you know, something that has grown. But I started out being a sad kid. So R&B was like my whole thing, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I think R&B Diaries was just me coming back into myself and being like, hey girl, you like to write sad songs. You should do that. You should really do that.
Fair. I think there's also like a freedom when you can do both of doing more R&B, because people I know who do both, like men and women, it's like when you rap, you almost rap a certain way. And then when you write R&B, you write a certain way.
Yeah.
And it almost takes like a kind of a step back to be like, I can kind of make these R&B songs in a different way. I don't have to just like choose which way, because that's something I feel like, you know, going back to Lauren did a great job of on the second album, is like, just because this is this topic doesn't have to make it a rap song. You know, this could be this topic and it could be an R&B song, and then vice versa.
Yes.
And so I think this is what you have in R&B Diaries, where, for example, let's go back to Lil Bit. Lil Bit is a rap song. You know what I'm saying? Like, Smoke could be a rap song.
Okay.
You know? So it's like you take these topics that are usually hip-hop, more topics and themes, and you're like, nah, let's smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of found that balance on this one.
Thank you so much for that, because honestly, I have had this conversation with people, and as you started off, talked about genres really being like the walls we put up, right?
Yep.
Like, just because I use a guitar doesn't mean it's rock and roll, right?
Yep.
And so with R&B Diaries, people are like, oh, you're not really rapping on this. I'm like, I don't think you heard me.
You ain't listening.
I don't think you're listening, you know?
Like...
So I'm glad you caught that, and it like makes me feel hopeful that others will catch on.
No. The real ones know. The real ones know. Talk about the visual album, because I think that's something you very, very like were intentional about, of like, I want mixed visual album. Like that was like, I think very most important to you of any of this.
Yes.
So talk about that.
Oh my gosh. That and the cake at the release party.
Yeah.
Like the music is cool, but like, did you see the cake? Also, did you see the visuals?
No, I have a video cutting the cake. You're cutting the cake with pride. Like you will not be that happy at your wedding cutting the cake.
No,
it's the happiest you'll ever be with a cake in your life.
Absolutely. Hands down. If you weren't there, you missed out. There will be no more joy ever again.
Oh my goodness.
But man, what are we talking about? Sorry, I got distracted by the cake.
The visual album.
The visual album.
The cake. I actually know this cake is serious.
Yeah, no, like sweets and like you put sweets in front of me. I'm surprised I've been doing this well. Actually, I just want for the record to let you know.
Let's roll the camera. You made it basically almost to the end.
I got the soup left. Just trying to be like, you know, not sip it on camera. You know, trying to be cool.
Demure.
Yeah, I have Demi Moore and stuff. But I want to be a director. I want that under my belt. I want to have that as another title. I'm very big on like putting, like I'm a woman. I identify as female. I'm big on putting females in spaces that they are not often seen. And all of my goats are like my homies who do this film stuff. Shout outs to the homies, Kat, shout outs to Roya Del Sol, shout outs to Meeks McLean. Like, these people are visionaries and they're in my circle of friends and they're constantly just working with me, even though they have the like education, like they've gone to the schools, they've taken the courses, they know the technical terms. They still let me be part of the direction and part of the vision. And so building with them and learning with them, I get to bring things to life. My first official directed video was Truss's squad video with Tamir.
Oh, that was a debut.
That was me, baby.
Okay.
So, you know,
I like that.
like getting a chance to actually put the story into place. And I think that to be quite fair, Meeks did a great job of arranging my vision. And so that's why the visual album is in a different order from the EP when you listen, because visually and sonically they tell two different stories, which I love. But I'm so glad that I got a chance to be part of that direction and to bring about this life. Shout outs to Chromatic Studios in Scarborough.
Shout out Chromatic Studios.
One location, 5 videos, 1 day, 8 hours, a bajillion people that I love and thank. Please check it out. We don't do visual albums anymore. We live in the ADHD generation where people's attention spans are so minute. And if you could just take 15 minutes of your day and sit with this masterpiece and appreciate the story being told, I know you won't regret it.
No, I appreciate that you did that visual album. I feel like I want more of them because that's just a way to actually consume the project.
Yes.
You know, it's like it's a different experience than just listening to it. So to me, I think absolutely worth it for the visual album. Let's talk about Smoke before we get to the real serious questions, okay? Smoke is one of those records that like, it almost feels like this is like Gangster Phoenix. Like this is like,
I mean, you saw the video.
Yeah, you know. But even sonically, I listened to the song again and I said, why is this like thugged out Phoenix? Like, you know?
Absolutely.
This is not civilian Phoenix. Like,
not at all.
Talk about that record because I feel like that record almost as soon as this starts, it has that energy from the production and then you come on and match it.
Okay, so a little bit of Easter egg activity. There were 2 different Mary J. Blige channelings on this album. There is Over Again, Blonde Bob Mary, we call her. Yeah. And then there is Not Gon' Cry Mary from Waiting to Exhale.
Yes.
So Smoke is all Waiting to Exhale. That's Angela with the lit match. Yeah. Lighting up that dude's clothes. Yeah. That is
violence. Yes. Always.
That's all I know. I'm a Scorpio. Like, to be completely fair, it's not my fault.
It
right?
All makes sense now.
Yeah, right? A whole new world. But that's literally all I know. I just know, direct communication, right? And saying how you feel, saying it with your chest. And Smoke is at the end because by the time you get to that part of the relationship, you're really fed up. You're done. And I think it was just a really cool way to say, don't mess with me. You don't want to do this. You know, in fewer or more words, I should say, rather.
I got that. You definitely don't want this, Smoke. You don't want to get involved with this. That'd be one of my suggestions from the project. Obviously, Monday Jam is like if you feel like you want to cry, you know, that's the one. But if you feel like you want to just like throw some gang signs up, or you got someone that you know you want to send this to, like Smoke is that one too. Yeah. This question, I'm very excited to see what you say for this one. Okay, now. When people get $100 million, they get an exotic animal, okay? I don't make the rules. This is how it goes. Okay. Michael Jackson with his monkey, Justin Bieber with his monkey, Mike Tyson with his tiger. So when you get $100 million, what animal are you bringing into your life?
A capybara.
Chris, that's a first, right? Wow. Okay, tell us more about that. That's a first. We've never heard that one from anyone on the Cool Table.
Capybaras are the friends of the world. There's no animal on earth that has beef with the capybara. Like, have you seen them? They chill with the gators. They chill with the geese. They chill with the otters. They chill with the mooses. I know moose is singular and plural, but, sounded cooler. But they have no known enemies outside of just nosy-ass humans, right? So it's just like, if I were to chill with anything that wasn't a human being and just, like, all day chill, eat avocados, and like roll around in the pool or whatever they do. I don't know. They just be so cool, you know?
Capybara's unaffiliated. No beef. They're not taking sides.
No.
They're the J. Cole of the animal kingdom.
They're the Switzerland. They are the J. Cole, of the animal kingdom. And I got to see one in person for the first time when I went to Brazil in 2022.
And how were the vibes?
Just so chill.
Okay.
He's just walking around, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Capybara, you want an avocado?" And he was just like, "Hey, girl,
I'm sure that's exactly how he sounded.
It was really chill, really chill.
Internet detectives, let's confirm this. Do they have any known enemies? That feels correct, but internet detectives, you guys let us know.
I feel like, okay, let us know, but also like people who don't like capybaras might be one thing, but like, do the capybaras have beef with anyone else?
Other animals, humans don't count. We got beef with everybody.
Oh, true, yeah. We got beef with each other.
Yeah. We got beef with the universe as a whole. Like we do not count.
Yeah.
Let's see where we are with the ice cream. Let's show the camera one more time. We made it to the end with
soup.
No, literally. Big shout out to Eva's Original Chimneys, our ice cream sponsor for all of season 3. This is the tiramisu flavor. So go ahead and get that. And also, if you got tummy troubles and you don't want your tummy twerking, they have vegan flavors as well. So very inclusive for everybody. This is one that we always talk about on the radio show. We have the segment called Wednesday Wisdom. We have some motivational quote or saying either you remind yourself of or the people around you. So what's that quote for you that's always either like running through your head or you're just always repeating?
Dark night feeling. Yeah.
Are you going where I think you're going with this?
Yeah,
Live long until yourself become a villain?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that it's very, very important to remember that you'll always be the villain in someone's story. So just live your life. Be the best you that you can be. And if you hurt someone along the way, you say, "I'm sorry." And you blink, 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 and you go on with your life.
I like that. You're definitely the villain in someone else's story.
Absolutely.
I think that's huge. Like for people to just be okay with that.
It's a journey. I didn't always get there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I asked myself, like, what can I do? Woo, woo, woo. And if it's nothing, then it's nothing.
And also, I think, you don't have to be the villain in your own story. Like, just because someone else makes you the villain, like I had that where I had a breakup and I thought that everyone was going to take her side. I was like, oh, my friends are done with me. It's over for me. And one of my friends had a birthday party and I was like, you know what? She can go to the party, okay?
Not party custody.
Yeah, I said she got the friends in the breakup.
Oh, no.
And and my friend's like, no, we want you to be there. Like, it's a joint birthday. And I was like, okay, I'll show face. But, if I'm all of a sudden heartbroken, I'm leaving, Anyway.
Monday Jam comes on, I'm out of there.
No, that would have been too much. But I go to the party. Everything's fine, of course. No drama. She's not even there. They're like, yeah, we didn't invite her. Why would we invite her?
Oh, wow.
And because she had made me the villain, I just took it as everyone had made me the villain. And I made myself the villain. I said, okay, I'm the villain to everyone now. I'm just going to go in a corner. And I remember that being so eye-opening for me because I was like, I don't need to make myself the villain because they made me the villain. I don't have to retweet it.
Right.
I could let them hold the villain status on me and leave it at that. One I'm going to add, which I may start adding to the intro or the outro, you guys tell me what you think, is hot people drink water.
True.
I feel like that's a great one that we all need to remember. Double entendre, of course.
Yeah.
But
okay. I'm like, let me steal that bar right
yeah.
quick.
But hot people drink water. Don't forget that. I want to thank you for joining us, man. It's been a long time coming. I feel like this is like years in the making. But
so many years.
But I'm happy we did it for this project, honestly. I feel like it was only right. So I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't heard R&B Diaries, please go and check that out. Nothing I said was cap. Monday Jam, if you want to cry, listen. Find me and tweet me and tell me how the tears were. I promise happy tears only. But I appreciate you joining us. It has honestly been a pleasure. You guys find us on all the interwebs, okay? The Cool Table Live on Instagram, The Cool Table on YouTube, adrielsmiley.com on TikTok. And until next time, know yourself, know your worth.